Mac test 1, 2, 3. Yep. We are good to go.
Yep.
Stop looking at the world.
I'm just looking at the map international.
Oh yep. Good.
So yeah, just checking it out.
One day we're gonna have YouTube videos and you can see. They can see the setup.
That's true, actually.
They can see the map on the wall.
Exactly. Where we're
Inspiring.
going to conquer and conquer. Joking.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? You good? I might start this a little bit different today.
Yep.
Cause I got some words for Terrence today. What the hell was this film about? Okay, some context. So once again, spoilers all around, yeah? Spoilers around.
And I didn't say it was good. I just said
No,
watch it.
yeah, no, you didn't. Maybe turn the microphone so it's more facing you.
Okay, wait a minute.
Watch
Which side
yourself.
is this? Go. Is it
So-
going now? Is it there?
But yeah, you can work it out as I'm talking.
Okay, go.
So yeah. So okay, this podcast is spoilerful. This where I'm still trying to believe what I saw. So anyway, okay, cool. This episode is episode 23. We're talking about Midsummer,
Yeah.
which is a horror film by what's the person's name?
Ari Aster.
Okay, cool.
So-
And yeah,
Or Aster, sorry. But yeah. Ari Aster or something. Ari Aster?
Either or.
Yeah, something like that.
All I know is, so I saw this film. I was told, the plan before was watch Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, yeah.
But I heard how bad it was. So I thought, okay, I'm not too sure I'm going to run to see this. But also, quite a few people recommending that we watch Midsummer
Yeah.
and give them some feedback on it. So I was like, yeah, cool. If the listeners want us to talk about this movie, we'll talk about it. And cool, I'm looking forward to it. After watching the movie, I got told, hey, it'd be great if you watched the first movie, the first big movie by this person,
Yeah.
which is called Hereditary, which I've heard about before, but I didn't rush to see it. And I was like, do you know what? It would be good content for the podcast.
Yeah.
Let me try and watch it quickly, then we can talk about it. I've literally finished watching it, maybe about less than an hour ago, and I've got some words for Terrence.
Yeah.
And everybody who told me to watch this film,
Yeah. So it's just all spoiler as well. So yeah, everything's spoiler.
yeah.
So yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, I want to swear, but I know it's like, I'm trying to get our ratings up
Yeah. So,
on iTunes.
what the fudge?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, no, I hear you. But
This,
yeah, so what do you think of it?
this film it felt, I'm about to say pointless first. Not even pointless. Oh gosh. It was pretty, for me, it's pretty slow. Like I watched,
Yeah,
I watched
definitely.
half yesterday and half today.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, okay, I don't really know what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Like, what's interesting. Some of the shots were similar to Midsummer.
Mm-hmm.
The acting was okay.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, okay, let's get to the point.
Okay.
Definitely, this one is definitely more of a horror than Midsummer for me.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
I mean, having people like just standing in the background, you see the
Exactly.
silhouette, you're like, okay, this is a bit creepy.
Yeah, I was trying to remember it because I haven't seen it for a bit. But yeah. But even that, with the, are you talking about because there's a point in it where you see these women who sometimes stand up?
Yeah,
But
yeah. But different parts of the film were kind of like, sometimes, yeah. All I know is, so this film was pretty standard throughout most of the movie until it got to the end.
Okay, yeah, wait.
When it got to the end, shit just got,
It goes crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
By the end of the film, you're like, what's this? Like, there's a part basically where all of a sudden the mum kind of gets possessed by something, and then she goes off like completely. She starts like disappearing into the top of the ceiling. She ends up cutting her head off with something,
Oh gosh.
and then her body floats out the room, downstairs somehow, and then up into a treehouse. So
Yeah.
so you're like, how the heck did that just happen? So yeah, that was crazy.
See, and that's the thing for me. Like, I was watching, and I was like, all I heard the sound
Yeah,
that the little girl keeps doing. So you sitting there and all of a sudden head. I'm like, okay, cool, that's her thing.
yeah.
But yeah, one point exactly what Tony's saying. Like again, the little bits and pieces, like little kind of not scary, but I'm just literally sitting there watching this film by myself. It's still daylight, got the curtains closed, and I'm seeing that the boy wakes up and he's kind of like looks around, like what's going on. All of a sudden, you just see some figure, like which is the mum's figure, like almost like half flying, but like floating out of the room quickly.
Yeah.
On like across the ceiling, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what am I watching now?
Yeah.
And then as certain said, the boy walks downstairs, sees his dad burnt up, and in the corner, you'd seen the mum like just like stuck to the wall.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is a madness. Like I'm like what? It's like I'm not.
But yeah, that's what I kind of like. Yeah, I agree. It completely. It feels like two different films when you get to that point. It's like you've watched the film, which is more dramatic, and for me, I kind of probably preferred the beginning part. The end for me became. Yeah, it was exactly what you said. I ended up laughing so much again because it was so.
I wasn't laughing.
Oh yeah, that's because you felt like you wasted time.
No. I'm not. I was terrified.
Okay, yeah,
but when I mean like. After I watched it,
yeah,
I thought, let me go to the shop, get myself a croissant, get myself some oat milk, to make a cup of tea, and just step outside the house. Like it was so eerily quiet.
Yeah.
And you know, like subconsciously, like in my mind, I'm like, it really got me. I'm kind of like, why is it so quiet outside?
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so it was effective then.
For me, it was effective because, like you said, because it was almost like fairly boring for the whole thing. So didn't really move anywhere. And then all of a sudden, she's floating around the place. And then, like you said, like the guy, he's running, like he runs upstairs to hide from her mum. The mum's running behind him. Then the mum's like quickly, almost like closing the like the step ladder. Into the attic.
Yeah.
Then she's on top. Then she's like, he's inside thinking he's safe, whilst the mum is like upside down on the ceiling.
Yeah,
headbutting the door
top,
to get in. And you're
thinking, I forgot about I forgot about that whole part. Yeah,
and you think, what the f is this? And then again, we come up from the boy's point of view. She stops doing that.
Yeah,
the boy's like looking around. He sees those candles.
Yeah,
you see, okay, is there some weird shit gonna happen here? And again, what you're hearing is.
Yeah, that's the part that got me because I was like, "What the heck is that?"
Yeah. And of course, you're trying to think, okay, what is the sound like? What could it be? No, the boy looks up. And it's his mum floating in the sky with maybe some type of wire thing. And she's literally like left to right, like sawing her head off with like this maybe like cord. But just and I'm like, nah.
And you just heard the blood dropping on the floor.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck is this? It like gets completely crazy at that point.
Yeah, exactly. And then as you said, you turn around, then all of a sudden you just see like naked women, like just a little bit just in the shadows.
Yeah.
Big smiles on their face.
But see, that's the part where I started laughing. Like as soon as I saw that his reaction, where he just like jumps out the window, and it's like for me the reason why that was funny, it was just like, oh yeah, I could imagine what would you do in that situation. You've seen so much crazy stuff. The only thing is to jump out the window.
as soon as I saw the window, I was like, why haven't you jumped already? Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm like, I'm not even that kind of person to be like, oh, let me commit suicide to get away from this.
Yeah, but
no. But I saw the window, I was like, nah. Why is my mum floating for sawing her head off?
That's true. Yeah.
Oh man.
For me, that's where it kind of gets like even more disturbing. Then it gets more disturbing for me.
Oh, for you? Or more, does it?
Yeah, it gets more disturbing when they go into the room.
Yes.
Like they go into the treehouse and you realize what this whole thing was all about.
Yeah.
And it's a cult for some satanic demon that they're trying to conjure up.
Yeah.
And basically the family's being used as some sort of conduit to get this thing onto the earth.
Yeah.
So it becomes like Omen in the end. But even though Omen he's literally like some evil thing, and that's some satanic thing. But this is like, oh yeah, they're trying to bring this demon into the world. And yeah, for me that was just like, for me I don't like that sort of stuff. I'm just like, this is a bit weird. But other than that, it was interesting that you realize what it was all about.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And one thing I also did like, and I feel like he may have taken it from like again the Omen and stuff.
Yeah.
Is when the woman's shouting at the boy across the road.
Okay, she didn't say. I don't know what she said.
Yeah, she's trying to expel his soul from his own body or something like that. So she's like, oh, you're expelled, and all this sort of stuff. So I was like, that reminds me kind of similar, but just kind of, it's kind of opposite, but similar to in Omen where the woman's about to kill herself and she sacrifices herself from jumping off I think she jumps off out of the window or hangs herself or something like that. And it had that similar sort of old-fashioned horror feel. And for me, that's what I thought, okay, yeah, because it was reminiscent of that. That's why I was like, okay, yeah, that part was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I guess for me, like, I'm not the biggest horror fan.
Yeah, same.
So I can't even like all the references you're making are probably very accurate.
Yeah.
I just can't remember all of them, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, yeah. When it got to the end, I was kind of like, yeah, it makes sense because in the film they do say you know that at the beginning I think they say like how the mum wanted her to be a boy.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, so kind of like that's kind of what it was about, isn't it? Almost like putting her into him.
Yeah.
So do you realize it, you?
But him into her or her into?
Her into him.
Okay, into.
As in, remember, because the whole point of the sister, they put the sister into him.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, because that's the whole point. When he comes out of the window,
Yeah.
you see like the light going to him.
Oh yes, yeah.
And the first thing he gets up.
Oh yes, I did.
Yeah, the first thing he gets up and he's looking and he goes.
Yeah.
What his sister always does.
Of course, yeah.
And then that's when you get there and then you see on the wooden body thing, it's her head that's on top of it.
Yeah.
Almost like just a bit more back, like a crown, like a man. And then she says, "We've moved your body. The first vessel wasn't good enough.
Okay, yeah.
And now we've moved into
the
boy.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, now it makes sense.
So
he moved her, but I guess for me, and I think I probably listened to a review where they probably tried to clarify it.
Yeah.
I think they moved the demon from her, which is why she's so weird and messed up.
Yeah.
So and then, like you say, it's her, but it's some characteristics of her, some characteristics of that demon into him. So I think that's what it is. So it's like it's moving from person to person.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it's like, because even, they didn't do a thing where like, well, you're the demon, and it's like, oh yes, I am, thank you very much.
yeah.
Because in some horrors, it's almost like, now I'm here, I have my body. It wasn't almost that. So I don't know. Like again, I haven't listened to what the maker said of it. Yeah, and I only care about what he's got to say. I don't care. I don't care. Anyone who has their version of it, I don't give a shit. I just want to hear what he says. Yeah. Because to me, it almost came across like. It was, I don't know, again, it's like, I don't know if it's meant to a young demon, old demon, I don't know if they're meant to like teach the demon, I have no idea.
But yeah, it's like the thing doesn't know, whatever they put into him didn't know or needs to be informed of what's been going on.
Exactly.
Or why they did what they did.
Exactly, so for me, like, it could have been, like I said, the girl, the personality could have been just the demon's personality, just not knowing that where it really is.
Yeah. And so that's kind of what I was just saying with that part.
No, but I swear you just said it's partly, like some of her personality. Yeah. But I don't think it might be a factor of part demon personality and part human personality and per human. I feel like maybe it might be more, to me, I took it more as that's just, that's the reason demon was in her. Yeah. It was in the wrong body, but whatever the personality is, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's exactly what I said. So yeah, sorry everyone, just going through the explanation. So that's why I said when you said, oh yeah, they put her into him, that's why I was like, oh no, they put the demon into him. But that's all I was trying to get to. But other than that, from what I liked about it as well, was just the way just how weird the sister was. And I can't remember who plays the dad, but he's acting in quite a lot of different things. But I didn't really get his character. He was good because he's meant to be like he's meant to be kind of like the normal person. Yeah. Compared to everyone else. Yeah. And I felt sorry for the brother after there's a big thing that happens where he's taking the sister to a party. Yeah. And you realize everything's being orchestrated. So he takes the sister to a party. Yeah. As we end up finding out, she's allergic to peanuts, I think it is. Okay. So yeah. So that whole sequence where she starts to get the allergic reaction, then he drives down the road, and then of course her head comes off. Yeah. So for me, I actually thought, his reaction to that situation was really good.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree, definitely. Yeah, that was like I said in the message. I feel like if I watched this first, I probably wouldn't have seen Midsummer.
Okay, yeah.
Like, that was just so... Yeah, I don't know. It was... By the end of it, I still thought it was quite shit.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I thought it was shit in the sense of all the build-up to it. Mm-hmm. And the payoff is like, oh, well, we just put the spirit into you.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, that's the more I'm thinking about the actual end payoff. I'm like, that doesn't really matter to me. That's not very unique.
Yeah.
That's not really a unique story. Which kind of ties me into what I actually liked about Midsummer, because I found Midsummer more unique and had their approach and how they did things.
Yeah.
And the subtle things. But did you have any last? Of course, this podcast isn't about Hereditary, but I mean, it plays a part in it, as in like.
Yeah, because there's so many themes for me that kind of carry over into Midsummer.
Yeah.
That when I was watching Midsummer, I was like, okay, that's similar to Hereditary. There's certain things, just like even the end kind of reveal from moving him from that the main person in Hereditary, moving him into a position of becoming the some prince of demons or something. And then moving her to becoming the queen of. What's it called? Was it summer or spring?
Yeah, but
summer. So they both end up in a position of they've gone through their change and they end up in that position by the end, which is every film.
Yeah.
with a arc in it. But at the same time, yeah, I kind of like for him they're kind of similar, but Midsummer is more of a comedy to me.
Yeah.
Well, I was laughing a lot more than I did in Hereditary. So.
Oh yeah, I didn't laugh in Hereditary once.
Yeah.
It was either boring or intense.
yeah. But yeah, and
definitely intense.
Definitely an intense film. Like even I keep forgetting her name as well. The one who plays the mum. I think her acting was very good in it.
Yeah. No, I think if I'm honest with you, like in my head when I was seeing the crazy shit I cut her head off.
Yeah.
I was like, look, if I'm just like Muriel, because she's from Muriel's Wedding.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So old school like movie.
I was thinking Muriel.
Yeah.
Draw a Muriel of you?
Draw a Muriel.
Just draw a Muriel.
No, but that's who she. That's her. That's like one of the main films when she kind of came out and got big was Muriel's Wedding.
I forgot that was her.
And I'm like, so in my head I'm saying like, okay, like M's cutting her head off. Like no one else is her cutting her head off. So in my head I'm like, just like don't even let it get in your head, Seth. Like this is an actress who you know. And I think that's another reason why I find horror films work better with people you don't know.
That's true, yeah.
Because when you watch the film, it's like when I look at each of them, I'm like, oh, the boy is from Jumanji.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it's the last Jumanji.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's from the new Jumanji. So I'm like, okay, so I'm not really too bought in by that. She's from Muriel's Wedding. I'm like, I'm not too bought in by that. He's from so many old school horror films as well.
You know,
End Days.
Okay. Yeah. Is that the same one?
I think it's End Days when he plays. Is it End Days when he plays
the devil?
The devil as well.
Yeah.
So like, I've seen him in so many things. Usual Suspects. Another big one he was in.
Of course, yeah.
So for me, I'm like, it was like, I was still, although when I was freaked out, I was still like, okay, no, but all regular faces.
Yeah.
But I mean, not regular, you know what I mean?
Yeah, people that you see all the time.
Yeah. But if it was something completely new, I think I probably would have been pulled in more and be more freaked out. So.
Yeah. I think that's true. Whenever I see people, like you're saying, whenever you see people, you're like, oh, yeah, they're gonna be in another film. I know their face. Yeah, I know what they do. The little girl was, well, I don't know if she's been in other stuff. I think I may have seen her in one other thing. Yeah. But I guess because it's only like you'd hardly see her, it was still quite creepy as well. But and they just make her weird and the weird clicking, clucking thing. So yeah, I think actually when I went to sleep, I heard the noise. I was like, flipping stupid film.
that was me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go on that chance.
Forget that crap. But yeah, so I was like, nope.
Here's letters. Got your mail for you too.
Standing at the window. But for me anyway, that film leading into like Midsummer, I felt that's why for Midsummer I just couldn't stop laughing. Cause I was like, all right, this is a completely different tone, and I can't remember the girl's name. What's the girl's name?
So, time for Midsummer talk. Here we go. Hey, son. Welcome. This is the podcast. You say what you say. Almost said ¿Cómo estás? We're not talking about ¿Cómo estás?
How many times have you been to Sweden?
Oh, boy. I've been
Swedish man. That's what you
Ja, precis. Hur mår du?
I don't know what you're saying.
Bra. Tack så mycket.
Okay, I kind of know.
No, that's, and I think maybe it's that as well. Maybe because I've been in Sweden quite a few times. I know about Midsummer. So again, for me, it was like when it wasn't weird. Like it wasn't all the festivities I was having. like for maybe for a lot of people, they're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. What's that big pole there? What's this? What's that? And I'm like, yeah, that's not exactly a weird thing at all. It's just kind of a celebration.
Yeah.
I mean, you can even see part of the celebration in London as well. I mean, obviously not not everything happens in Midsummer, but I mean, yeah. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I definitely liked it. It was when I watched it, the day was pretty intense. It took me a good few hours, and it took me 24 hours
Yeah.
to really think about what I saw, what I liked about it. Really grateful that people recommended it to me because I wouldn't have seen it.
That's true. Yeah.
I got lucky with. I think from the time I got told to watch it, it was almost out of cinema, and it just happened that we had a day off.
Yeah.
It was playing at there was like a matinee show. I was like, yeah, let's go and check it out, and yeah.
Yeah, no, it was definitely good. It was definitely a good film for me. Yeah, I you know what? At the beginning of it, I was kind of like, it was kind of like a bit slow for me.
Yeah.
And there were certain jokes that I probably missed because other people were laughing. I was like, oh, I missed that. I didn't hear it. So yeah, so there were certain jokes I missed. But other than that, like when it starts to get into it, you're like, okay, this is weird. It's weird enough just to be hilarious as well.
Yeah.
Kind of funny. And I was about to say like maybe creepy, but I didn't find anything about it was creepy.
Yeah.
It was just actually no. I guess the pictures and some of the signs because I can't read the language they're using.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's kind of creepy because you don't know what's going to happen next. But at the same time, I think, I just enjoyed the story of how how everything happens to the main character, Danny, at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got two characters, Danny and Christian. They're in a relationship and basically they're going for a bad relationship. Like, it's not like the end of the relationship, but it's that point where they could either break up or stay together. And then Danny goes through a tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, tragedy.
Tragedy.
I can't remember how to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so where her sister basically commits suicide and kills the mum and dad at the same time. So for me, that part was like, really sad. I thought they were going to push more onto that, but I noticed that they kind of pull away from that. So it kind of, for me, there was disconnect, but I guess it was to tell a bigger story or a different story. What do you think of it?
Yeah, no, that's good. I think that's a fairly accurate breakdown of it. So as Sam said, I think the only thing I would add to your description is, so same way there. What was the last part you said?
So I said the sister committed suicide and killed the mum and dad. And
okay, cool. So so from that point, it leads on to basically the couple, well, the girlfriend joining her boyfriend and his friends to a trip to
Sweden.
To Sweden for the midsummer celebration, and that's what we see like in this kind of little kind of small kind of village area. We get an introduction into their friend who's this one Swedish guy. We get into into the traditions of of his town village. And that's when things get interesting, shall I say? I liked it. I think what I said to you before is there's a few landmark scenes in there where they where most horror films would go left, they went right.
Okay, yeah.
So for example, watching this film, we're kind of eased into things, and it's not exactly ease because I guess once we see the horrific thing of her sister's death and the two and her parents, we kind of get eased into into this world. And I guess for me, I've just found actually no, let me get to the first part I found interesting. The dynamics between the relationship and the friends.
Okay,
I thought they did that so well.
That's true, yeah.
The kind of the idea of how he's feeling, how he's feeling inside, and speaking to his friends about their relationship, and then same with her, and how she's feeling about the relationship and speaking to her friends, and just hilarious things of him he's booked. He's almost he's kind of booked to go Sweden.
Yeah.
Hasn't told her, but then kind of the conversation kind of comes up while she's there, and it's that awkward. I know some people have been has been in those scenarios where it's you're trying to downplay it, but because maybe a friend or partner is there, or maybe someone who didn't know about this thing is there. You kind of trying to downplay it, but it's like, oh yeah. I was thinking of going. Yeah, I think of going, and then when she's kind of like, but you bought a ticket already. You have your ticket already. and he just kind of like, sorry.
Nah, it's true.
It's just-
like all those bits.
It's just hilarious because it's like you see how like, and that's what a lot of people might do like Green, like you draw for that, you try.
Yeah,
Plan A is okay. Let me just try and downplay it, and then Plan B is oh shit, I got caught.
yeah.
Sorry. So I thought that was good. In the same way again, like when he kind of speaks to his friends and he's like, yeah. I told about actually like I invited her on a trip,
Yeah.
but she's not gonna come.
Yeah. I like that part. Actually,
Yeah.
because it was just like you can see how awkward everything is,
Yeah.
and it's the lead up because you know she's downstairs coming up,
Yeah.
and he's trying to clarify it to all his friends, like, oh yeah, she's not coming, but I told her she could come,
Yeah.
and she's agreed,
Yeah.
but she's not coming. It's like,
Exactly.
and we all know, yeah, she is coming. It's like, it makes no sense.
And then even friends, the friends like, well, so she says that she doesn't want to come. She's not interested in coming. It's like, no, she's interested, but she's not coming.
Yeah.
And then it's like, then she gets upstairs. Exactly, like, as you said, it's like, yeah. And she just comes upstairs. The first thing they start talking about is the holiday, and it's just
Yeah.
one friend is like, hey, do you mind if we go next door? I need some help with
Oh,
my.
yeah.
And this awkwardness is so good. Like
Yeah.
no one really wanted to be in that room. Only one guy was interested in talking to her.
Yeah, who's a Swedish guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in the film they've kind of got a similar, similar upbringing. Like similar things happened. His family, he went through a tragedy with his family. She's gone through a tragedy with her family. But I really enjoyed that part. I was surprised. I thought they were gonna push forward. Like when the I can't remember his name, the black guy
Yeah.
asked him to go into a room. I thought they were gonna do that cutaway and him. That's,
Same.
him complaining like, oh yeah, what's going on? But I guess he did just want to talk about his pieces.
But
From the way or maybe it's not like you say, yeah, maybe it just wasn't important. Maybe they did film a part and they didn't put it in there.
yeah. And I mean, and that's another example. I mean, it's like when you expect it to go one way, because I said the same.
That's true. Yeah.
I thought, okay, here we go now, new scene.
Exactly.
And it's
Yeah.
like, no, they didn't. Like, it was enough that you could see that you just told this guy what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We know already that that guy doesn't want her to be there.
That's true.
So
yeah.
let me take him to another room. So we left to already assume, okay, we can imagine this conversation.
It's something completely different.
Yeah, because if it was about the thesis, he would have just probably said it in front of everyone else.
And again, what I thought was good about that is like I guess sticking on her
Yeah.
shows her emotions to the situation. So it kind of puts you in her shoes of imagine you've come into a situation where you probably haven't been invited.
Exactly.
And now you're standing there. Now someone else has called this person out of the room.
Yeah.
So you're just standing there like it's a weird situation. So I was like, oh yeah, that was actually really good the way they done it.
Yeah. Oh gosh. But yeah. So yeah. Sorry. Just again because there's so many parts I think really stood out. So going back into like the time when we first see the first scene we see where it's actually more gory.
Yeah.
And when we know that the horror is going to start beginning, there's a scene where I'm not going to say with the whole lead up, but the idea is two older people, they're having a big dinner. Two older people kind of come, we can see that these two people who are the oldest people, older people in town, they're kind of like leading the meal. So we only eat when they eat.
Yeah.
We sit down when they sit down. We stand up when they stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's all good. Then we see kind of this ceremony where these two older people basically walk up to the top of a hill.
Yeah.
And
carried up.
Yeah.
Their seats.
Yeah, exactly.
They're carried
That's
up
it.
on their
Oh my
seats.
gosh.
That's what it was. Like,
Yes.
and they just like pick them up.
Yeah.
Like, so basically people come and they pick them up and they like carry them.
I even forgot about
And
that,
like everything changes and all of a sudden you see these people still carrying them up the hill.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what was funny.
So in your head, like straight away, okay, some shit's gonna happen. There's no way you've got a bunch of people standing down at the bottom of the hill. These are at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna happen. So clearly, I literally thought they were gonna, because now you remind me of the whole chair thing.
Yeah.
I thought they was gonna go to the top of it and just
throw
throw them off.
that would have actually been a lot of fun. That would have been just as funny. Well, yeah. It's not a funny scene. If you see it, you'll be like, what are you talking about funny? But I mean, in that sense, yeah, with how the characters have been acting, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I was also just gonna throw them off, but they didn't. But anyway, the whole point is you get to the top, they do a little blood thing, and then they jump off.
Yeah.
And literally head first, the first one drops off head first, smashes her head open.
Yeah.
And they, of course, because only for shock value and gore value, they show it very graphically.
Exactly, yeah.
And even the body's like forced to the side, you see you just see the face in pieces.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Like I think for me and you,
It wasn't. Yeah. For me, because I know, like we were saying, because we know that it's just it's it's just all not special effects, but yeah, special effects and just makeup. It doesn't really affect you. For me, it didn't really affect me because I'm like, this isn't real. This is just what it is.
But I think we got a higher like threshold for that stuff though.
Maybe
Like,
maybe I've seen so many different things now. I'm just like, oh, okay, this doesn't really affect me because it's just you've already seen it. Game of Thrones, stuff like that, where you see different things. I know we should not mention Game of Thrones.
Never. that show's dead to me. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. But yeah, and then afterwards,
kind of true. And then no, I say it's kind of true. It did only take 2 weeks to destroy the show.
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, but no, what are you gonna say? That part with when the woman falls off.
Yeah, so woman falls off, then the man falls off. The man doesn't die, gets his head crushed by his family.
Yeah, but the gory parts, there are certain good bits that I did like about it. It's like, okay, the contrast of what they tried to how they tried to utilize it being morning. So basically, as everyone probably already knows, but yeah, the film's all set in the morning. Everything is bright. All the stones are nearly pure white. And of course, the contrast of the red against the white stone, I think, was effective.
Yeah.
Like, of course, the red blood against the white stone. I was like, actually, yeah, it's effective to see. And like when the old guy jumps off, like you were saying, he falls off and breaks his legs. And you see all that blood on the floor, and he's just there screaming.
Yeah.
And what I took from it, I don't know if you said it, it's just whenever someone was in pain, it was the community all came together to experience the pain with them.
Yeah, definitely.
So when he's screaming, they all start screaming.
And pleasure.
Yeah, I even forgot about it. Yeah. And the whole pleasure part. So as we'll explain that. But yeah, so basically, whenever someone's going through something, they all come together to experience that one thing together.
Yeah. I mean, yes, and that's exactly that. So again, now we've set off. The gore's begun. The horror film is kicked in now.
Yeah.
And then exactly what I said to you, when these things can go left, so straight away, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, here we go. It's now these people are gonna act either super suspicious, super like angry, like this is the plan for you guys. We're gonna kill you now. But I mean, so in that scene, we can see the people who were guests who brought this. So so the couple and their friends, obviously they're freaking out, and also they've met two English people who are there as well as guests, and they're all losing their mind. They're just freaked out with what's going on. And then there's kind of this one of the elders. She's not as old as ones who jumped, but she's an older person there. Yeah. And the way she runs over to them, she starts apologizing, and I keep saying this to people, it's like, she was just so sincere in her apology. Yeah. And, kind of like, I'm really, really sorry. We thought you knew, like, this is what we do. This is our culture, We didn't mean to upset, they're not forced to commit suicide, They chose to do that. When it's my turn, I'm going to do exactly the same thing, Please don't be scared. Please don't be, and it's like, and I thought it was interesting because from that point of view, normally in a horror film, it gets dark when you see that type of thing happening.
True,
it's kind of like it's almost like now you're here, like you're not leaving. Yeah, like and it's more kind of just like expressed clearly.
No, it's true. Yeah,
and I just find that interesting because again, they decided to stay a little bit longer, or some of them decided to stay longer out of choice. Yeah, but already I'm like, okay, this is new. This is a new approach. Yeah. You didn't do the same normal tropes.
That's true. Even though I still, I know we had this conversation before, but I would still say the part where it gets creepy is where, so the English couple, all of a sudden with the English couple, the guy, he disappears. Like, he vanishes, and the girlfriend's like, oh yeah, what's happened to him? Where's he? And they basically tell her, oh yeah, he got in the car, he went to the station, and he's gonna come back for her. No, they're gonna send the car back to pick her up so she can go to the station. From that point, okay, they've probably killed him. Like, literally, at that point, you kind of like, there's some, even though technically they didn't kill him, but at that point, you start to think something's happened to him anyway.
Yeah, no, I think that's what me and you, our thoughts differ, because for me, I feel like, I think a big question I had in this film was, for the people who died, it's like, my question is, would they have died if they didn't do the same actions? Yeah. Because in this film, it seemed as, again, some normal films would be like, hey, they'll clearly show you that we've pulled these people, who are not part of our community to come in so we can kill them. And for me personally, like, I don't feel like they did that. I don't feel like they went out of the way to do it. And even how all the characters were acting, a lot of times they seem genuine at all points. Apart from that part, they all seem genuine in what they was doing and their intent and what they was doing.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, again, if you're thinking, my mindset is, you're in this smaller community, you see something that's freaky. We already learned that they don't really want the two other guys doing a thesis, telling too much about what their community does, because obviously their community is special and it's different for what they do.
Okay, yeah.
So for me, I kind of feel like already you can see they want privacy for what they're doing, and then you had this English guy. Remember, it wasn't as simple as the English people saw it and was like, "Oh, this is weird," and then that was it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
they were constantly freaking out, and then it's like, "Yeah, I want to leave."
Mm.
And in my head again is that I feel like, I guess where we and you differ is like, I feel like, well, the body language of someone who's screaming how much they want to leave and leave now, let's leave now. I'm like, well, are these actions, or is this a body language of someone who's just gonna leave and not bring attention to this community?
Yeah.
Which I feel like if you're someone's here who does this and runs out of the house right now, it's like, I'm leaving, I want to leave. The first thing in my head they can do is they're gonna go and tell people.
Yeah,
and I don't know. And for me, I don't know what level they're going to tell people. So I guess my side is like, as close community, it seemed like they're like, okay, look, as much as we're trying to calm these people down and say like, it's not a thing. Please don't please don't. We're very sorry you feel this way, but this is our culture.
Yeah.
It felt more like, no, we're gonna go and tell people.
Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, if they left at that point, yeah, I would agree to that. I just still think from that point, when they start acting in a certain way, like people start disappearing, all of a sudden, of course, you had a girl scream. Like later on during it, they were like, "Oh yeah," she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm still gonna leave." And even at that point, I guess she doesn't say, "I'm gonna leave" and say anything. She's like, "Listen, we just want to get in the car and go." Like she just wants to get on the thing. She doesn't make a threat.
She does, but her body language, she's the same, because even when he makes the lie, she's like, "No, he wouldn't do that. He did that. I want to go." It's like they're still doing the same thing.
Yeah,
they're not calm. At least the other two, at least the others, they
went and they sat down and they slept and they was acting in a certain way, like, oh yeah, they didn't really care about what happened. But still, I don't know, like you're saying, they probably would have said, but still, I guess it still makes it into a horror in the sense of, no matter what your reaction is, people shouldn't start killing people.
Yeah, of course.
Like if you get what I'm saying. So no matter if my reaction is, oh yeah, I'm gonna be upset to the point of I feel like I need to get out of here, even in that moment, like to tell someone, then it's still a horror, because they're still gonna try to kill me. Like if I'm
I'm not. And discussion is not. That's not horror. It's definitely horror.
Okay, yeah.
But
even though it doesn't feel like horror, but I get what you mean, right? So at the same time, it does feel like Sorry, going back to your first initial point, was that would they have killed them if they had not joined the cult, but participated in the festival as they saw fit, as the people, community saw fit? I doubt if they would have killed them, because at the end they showed that they probably wouldn't have killed them. Yeah,
and that's another thing as well, because and I think me and what adds to that as well is, we even see at the end is like, they even say, there's actually people there who sacrifice themselves for it. So in my head I'm like, well, it's not guaranteed. But anyway, that's me going on a bit of a tangent about about the whole part. But I mean, the film was, I definitely liked it. I think it's definitely a film which is worth watching. It's not going to be for everybody.
Yeah, definitely not. No.
Like definitely for everybody. So you have to be quite open-minded, I'd say.
Just like the film.
Literally, exactly.
No, exactly. The whole word sexy.
Oh gosh.
Which was one of the craziest parts in the film. But anyway, for me that whole part was just crazy. You don't expect it; it just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So
so there's a part. So one thing we learn about this community is, to avoid inbreeding, or I guess probably too much inbreeding. What they will do is, they will kind of take people from outside the community, and with the blessing of the family, they will allow, the mothers, well, basically, with the blessing, they will allow, people to kind of like have kids with other people. So we actually get a chance to see, so we see that, the girlfriend, unfortunately, she kind of is taking one direction to be with the women, and do one part of the celebration, whilst the guy in like private, he agrees. He actually agrees to sleep with one of the women.
Yeah. Even though they did like Molly, like give him drug him up pretty badly.
Yeah, but that's afterwards. That's all afterwards.
Is that afterwards? I thought that was before.
No, it's all afterwards.
Because then he's sitting at the table at that point in a way that's at the time, because that's when the guy claps in his face. Or is that afterwards? No, that is after.
Yeah, because isn't that club? Or in your memory, what happens? Give them the drink.
Sorry about this. Gives him the drink. She's sitting. Oh no, because she's already done the maypole dance and become the queen by that point. But I thought at that point,
go on.
It was when she become. Yeah. So it's when she becomes the queen. No, I'm wrong. So yeah. Actually, what happens?
No, because as I remember, because remember there's a part where they tell her, they say to him, they say to him, you go over there to see blah blah blah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you go this way to speak to blah blah blah.
Yeah. And
then that's when he goes, like they kind of, and you see him walking slowly towards the house.
Yeah.
He hasn't begun everything at that point yet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He walks in the house. That's when he sees the mum.
Mm-hmm.
We see him in one room. The mum comes in. They walk to the next room. Has more patterns across the wall.
No. So yeah, she's already at the table as the queen at that point. Because remember, that's when the guy claps in his face, and I think he moves it from the table at that point is when he leaves and he goes to the room because I just had it literally slipping out my mind. Sorry, people. He goes to the room, and I think that's where he sleeps with the girl because she's already in the suit at that point, isn't she?
I don't know what you're talking about. From what I remember, I'm fairly clear. I remember because he's speaking to both. They're both there. He isn't. I don't think she's even wearing a suit. This might even be before she even does the thing.
Oh yeah. I'm mixing up two scenes. Sorry, I think I'm mixing up two different scenes in my mind because I'm thinking there's a point where he's at a table, but there's one point where he gets drugged and he can't move. That's after everything. But doesn't he get drugged straight after he sleeps with the girl?
So are you getting confused when they put the leaves?
That's what I'm trying to. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember.
Because I'm pretty sure when they put the leaves for him to go to the woman and have sex.
Oh, okay, yeah. So maybe that's it. So yeah. So sorry people, maybe I'm messing up the film. So yeah, explain it just in case I'm messing up.
Either way, we can already see from the point of when he gets there, we already see that there's an interest. His sister, the friend's sister, who the guy eventually sleeps with. We already see that she has an interest in him already.
Okay, yeah.
Remember, like even before, like we see him when he eats the pie. Because remember he eats the pie. And that's when he has the pubes.
Maybe the part where I'm getting confused with it. Yeah.
When it has like the woman basically put like a pubic hair in the pie.
Yeah, everything is just messed up.
Yeah, because remember exactly that's something. Because when he's in the room when he's talking to the woman, like, and I think he even says at one point, he's like, I think at her pubes. Yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, like she would do that, something like that.
Yeah.
Like he was normal. He wasn't drugged at that point.
Yeah.
So I think it was more like he was drugged later on though. But already we can kind of see, like, he's really spoken. We can really see he has some interest in what she's saying.
Okay, yeah.
But there were drugs involved.
Yeah. But I mean, there's drugs involved for the whole film. So, like you're saying, yeah. So, yeah. But, no. But, so that whole part just gets really crazy because even though he's sleeping with the woman that they've kind of set him up to be with now, that all of a sudden you got, like, a whole room full of naked people just standing around watching. And then someone runs in, and it's just it goes very like weird, and then you're just like, what the heck am I watching? At that point, I was like, yeah, this film is just gonna be kind of crazy up until whatever happens at the end. So yeah.
Well, I just So just to kind of because the sex scene is another landmark scene in this film. So basically, once he's kind of cleaned up and he's ready to see her, he's basically guided into this room, and in the room it's maybe like 8 to 10 women, naked women, kind of standing like arms kind of embraced, I mean over shoulders, just swaying, all naked, like, and all different age groups. And then you have the woman that he's going to sleep with right there in the middle of the room. So then he's just disrobed.
Yeah,
he goes over, and then afterwards, like all we're seeing there, and it's like. Once it's exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like once it's having sex, kind of like you either have the people in the background making the same sounds as her on the breathing, and then all of a sudden you see some kind of woman like kind of crawl over to them and starts like singing in his face.
remember it.
Yeah. And you're like, wait,
Yeah.
like, what's going on? And I mean, even though everyone in the cinema
Just
started
like cracking
laughing,
up.
kids is like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, it was bad enough that you have all these hand women naked watching you have sex, making the same sex sounds as a woman.
Yeah.
But then you have this woman like holding the hand of the woman and singing into his face and then like stroking his face.
Yeah.
And then like just up it even more.
Yeah.
All of a sudden there's like a
Older woman.
overview of like from above, we're looking down at what's happening. And then when the old woman kind of comes over and that's kind of goes behind him, so it's like puts her each like hand and palm on his bum cheeks. And so I was like pushing him in her even more.
Yeah, it just got
And it was
real
just like,
kind of what the heck.
yeah, I think everyone was kind
Everyone
of like,
started cracking up.
it's just like, this is not serious.
Yeah.
Like, in my head, I was thinking, look, all this is missing is like for something to get involved. And all of a sudden, then Granny came over. Granny didn't care.
Yeah.
A big old tits and a grey hair, just swinging. She's like, yeah, get in there.
So yeah, it really like went crazy. But that's one of the bits that reminded me of Hereditary.
Oh, what about that?
The
naked
women, yeah, the naked women, they all look the same. Like
Okay.
they look like you could have taken three of those three women from Hereditary with this, and then put them in that film, and you'd be like, yeah, they're right.
So you're saying that all white people look the same?
No, I'm saying that old women look the same.
Oh, that's offensive somewhere. So all old women look the
same. It's vague enough not to be offensive.
Yeah, exactly. Or our old listeners, which there's probably not many.
But yeah, so that part of the film again was interesting. Then was interesting. It's like, no, but then the girl comes. Oh yeah, what's her name? Danny.
Yeah.
She then comes to the door, even though they tell her, "Listen, it's better for you not to go and see what's going on."
Yeah.
And she decides to like take off all her she throws off her crown or whatever it is. And then she walks over to the door and she sees, and again, that's where the community comes together.
Yeah.
Because again, she's in pain because she's seen her boyfriend sleeping with someone. So they go off into where's it again? I would say that's like the bunker, not the bunker room.
The bunker room, okay.
Into the sleeping area, and she starts crying. They all start crying with her.
Yeah.
Dorm, that's the one. Yeah. But they all start crying together, and I was like, oh, okay. So that kind of seems like to be one of the themes. It's like they all become like they all try to act as one in everything that they're trying to do. So it was weird.
No, and it's a good point you said earlier, but yeah, that they all try to share the emotions, because it's true. When someone was in pain, they all scream that they're in pain.
Yeah.
When someone's happy and in euphoria having sex, they all make the same sounds.
Yeah.
When she's crying, it's like they're all crying. It's like crying into her face.
That's true. Yeah.
At first I thought it was like a tactic I've seen people say before, when it's like almost like when kids.
Yeah.
When kids act a certain way, it's almost like you reflect it to make them look how stupid it looks.
Yeah.
So that's what at first I thought they was doing, is like mimicking her, like to kind of calm her down, because she's crying so much. It's like mimicking her so she calms down. But I was like, no, it's not. You, as you said, it's more kind of like being in the moment with her.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Right,
it was definitely weird. There's a few more bits and pieces which we probably haven't said, and probably won't say. But yeah, I would say it's a film to watch.
Yeah.
Like it's not people who said to me to watch both movies. I would say like I guess for me, maybe I was thinking more like, apart from a few naked people.
Yeah.
And again, I guess it's I know it is cult. Yeah.
It's a cult. Yeah, they're both cult films.
What's a cult? What's the definition of a cult?
I guess it's like definition of a cult is, let me get my dictionary. But, it's basically a small group of people who come together in the belief of something, but usually it's like a small group of people who come together for the belief of a particular thing, but usually it's like it's too small to be classified as like a religion sort of thing. It's just where it's kind of a cult. Can be an offshoot of something else.
Yeah, because I don't know, like I know it is,
but it's not a sect. I guess a sect of something follows most of the traditions of something else, but that can also be a cult. So a cult, it's not easy to understand, because certain things that can be considered cults aren't cults, and certain things, it's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess the reason I'm asking is because I'm trying to figure out, like, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of, I'm just trying to work out, is it fair to call it a cult? and I know it's probably sounds completely obvious. And most people to call a cult, but I'm just feeling like, their community does things a certain way.
Mm.
I don't know. I guess the reason why I think whenever you hear cult, I feel like you add so much more stigma to it.
I know. Usually a cult is something which you were saying last time, like, yeah, they can leave, but again, they can come back. So then technically it's not a cult because they're not trying to stop people, apart from the people they do kill, and which is where we've had the disagreement on it. But where I would say maybe a part cultish, because unless you accept their beliefs, you can't leave.
No, but yes, again, you said that. And I just that's where I disagree, because you keep saying that if you don't accept it, you have to leave. I don't think it's about accepting it. I don't think you have to on that level. I don't think it's a thing. On that level, you have to be like you have to join the cult or you can't leave. I don't think that, because I don't think they show that.
That's true. Okay, yeah. So then it's not a cult in that sense, because you don't have to fall into their beliefs in a sense, because they haven't shown whether or not you do. But let's take it that you don't, then it's not a cult. Because if you can leave without having, without being killed or having to say you're going to come back, or you have to dedicate yourself to their belief system or some sort of, figure that you have to believe in, then maybe it's not a cult in that sense. Yeah. Even though they still didn't, for me, because of how he wrote it, and like I said, maybe I'm looking at it in the wrong way. Maybe I'm looking at just because the steps that it took, that none of them end up leaving, but that could all just be kind of like a coincidence or happenstance that they didn't leave because they broke the rules of that society. Yeah. So they couldn't leave. So
and they don't give the whole vibe of like once it's done, they don't show you, like they don't make it clear that once it's done, like once it's done, they're gonna leave. It's almost like you have more for an event.
Yeah.
So even so it doesn't make it sound as if they don't paint the picture as if, okay, like once the party thing's over, they don't paint the picture like, okay, well now she has to stay there. It's like, no, we are a family. We come here for this. Yeah. We come out, we come back in for it. Yeah. So that's what for me, kind of
understand. Kind of a little bit cult like, but yeah.
Okay, but then maybe it's cult like. But I mean, again, you said as in you can't leave, but I feel like I don't think they paint that picture that you can't leave.
Yeah. I mean, what wouldn't make it, because they're not. I don't think that they will send someone to another country to go and kill you once you've left. Yeah. So I don't think in that sense, they're not. Again, it wouldn't be cult like. If you never go back, you never go back. Then it's not a cult.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, I think the reason why I was on the fence, I wasn't too sure about like the definition of it. It's kind of still thinking like, well, that's their belief system. And that's just their belief. Yeah, I guess it's still
call it the belief system. But it's just a belief system. Usually that's and that's why I still consider it a cult in the sense of that, because there was killing to either hide what they done, because all of the killing, apart from the guy who pissed on their sacred tree, again, because they had the sacred tree, someone pisses on their sacred tree, so they kill him. The other guy tries to kind of basically expose them, so they kill him. The other guy, he runs in and sees something that he shouldn't have, but they don't kill him. But so they don't kill him. So yeah.
But there's many religions around the world where you do something small and they'll kill you.
Yeah, that's true.
But we wouldn't call them. I don't think we'd call them a cult though.
Yeah, you wouldn't call them a cult.
On the definition you just given with the whole killing death.
Yeah.
Or would you call it a cult?
I would say maybe there's some cult-like aspects to certain
No. Don't tell me cult-like aspects. I'm saying to you, would you call it a cult? Because I'm pretty sure there's probably certain people with religions where there's loads of religions where it kind of, I don't want to name and shame people. Yeah. But I know there's certain countries that, because they're religions, if they disagree with homosexuality, they'll kill you for this. They'll kill you for that. Would you call it a cult?
In that aspect, interesting question. I'm gonna say no, I gotta think of it in the whole, in that aspect, because then there's certain people of certain things who wouldn't. What we call a cult, is usually if they're trying to basically stop you from doing certain things.
That's religion as a whole.
But like I'm saying, but usually going back to what you said as what these lot have done in this film is that they
go on.
Allow people to leave. So if you're allowed to leave, then it's not. If you're not allowed to leave once you've become part of the thing, if you're not allowed to leave, to me that's a cult. So if you're like, oh yeah, you can become part of this thing, well, you can choose to leave if you want to. That's fine. If you tell me, oh yeah, if you leave, we're gonna kill you, I think that's a bit cult-like. I think that's a cult because you can't leave.
I said, by that definition, they're not a cult.
By that definition, maybe they're not a cult. But also,
I think we're both.
No one leaves.
In all honesty, but we know she's. But okay, again, we know she's gonna leave.
We don't know that.
Well, okay, we don't know she's gonna leave, but
we
again,
know that she become part of them, and she's kind of like happy with it.
Yeah, but again, part of them doesn't mean they don't. Again, the guy who invited them there was part of them.
Yeah,
Did he not leave to do his education?
Yeah, he did.
He came back for the event.
Yeah, he did.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're right. We know that she can leave in that sense.
But again, I think by definition of cult, we're both probably wrong anyway. So like, I'm sure cult means one thing, and everyone who's listening is probably screaming something. So yeah, cult is a cult, whatever. I think I just didn't want to give that name because I feel like it was so quick to give certain things, like certain communities. I feel like sometimes maybe we don't agree with, like we say, there's certain buzzwords we use.
So what is the definition on there?
Definition it says a system of religious veneration and devotion directed towards a particular figure or object. Yeah. That's most religions, isn't it?
Yeah, that's kind of. That's why I said it's a weird thing because you can put anything into that label. Yeah, you can label everything that is a belief or that venerates anything as a cult. You could say, oh well, you believe in this person or you believe in that person, so you can try and put that into the same thing. It's too vague. Yeah, exactly. It's too vague.
Either way, I'd say that it was a good movie.
Yeah,
different. You watch it. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you think it's a cult or not.
Yeah, you can tell it's a good movie because we spent a long time talking about it.
Yeah,
and getting into deep discussions.
Yeah, this is the first conversation we've had about this. So I definitely recommend watching this. So look, guys, we've touched on most points in this. I've actually got to rush off as well.
Okay.
Before we run up, anything you want to talk about, T, in particular? In last bits and bobs?
Not too many bits and bobs. Working on some stuff. I'm cool. Not at the moment. No, I think maybe save it to the next one. But yeah, at the moment, still working on the script, getting a bit further with it actually. Good. Yeah, and also just practicing and trying to work out how to write certain things. So yeah, it's going right.
Good time, and let's keep up with the updates. Hopefully, in the future, we can try and showcase some of Terrence's writing, maybe even some of my writing as well. Yeah. So, also before we leave, so what I'm actually looking to do is trialing, potentially sharing some of the shows and movies we watch. We're gonna probably start posting the trailers up as well on our YouTube channel. So, but I'm not sure if you know, but if you follow the links, you'll see that Black British Geeks is a part of IRIE Media, so IRIE Media. So what I've done is I've actually set up a YouTube channel. It's a YouTube, yes,
YouTube.
It's like a channel where
the YouTube
where we can start sharing some of the trailers. Eventually, we're probably gonna start doing some video stuff as well and do some more video reviews. So if you're up for it, check out. I might try and put a link somewhere. If not, just look for IRIE Media. Hopefully it should come up, under trailers. And that's kind of going forward. We're looking to build out more content for you. We love your reviews.
Yep.
A few of you have really given us some 5 stars, which is amazing. Please keep giving us the 5 stars on iTunes, or if you mainly use Spotify, just click the follow button, because for us, we still get the data that says, you're following. Yeah. So it's not too hard to
guys.
do. Yep, really appreciate it.
Or women.
No, always women.
Oh. I'm gonna get killed. Don't kill me, please. Don't kill me, Jay.
Oh gosh. He's got shooters.
Exactly.
Oh, Kanye West. But again, we really appreciate all you guys listening, sharing, and giving us feedback. Like I said, this time watching Midsommar was completely led by the audience. Like, I had no intention of what I had no intention. Terrence did, but if they didn't kind of say to me, several people say to me, watch it, this would never happen. So thanks to them as well, and give us your tips as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna leave for now, and we'll be back next week with a new episode.
Woo!
Maybe we should do a hit
Oh yeah, next one actually we want to see is It when it comes out. So they're doing like a double. But yeah, so
Yeah,
they're doing
fine.
a double, so I might watch it.
Yeah, so yeah, another horror film. Okay, we may do it. What I was thinking of doing is actually maybe giving even you listeners a heads up. So maybe, I might post like a little short audio saying, "Hey, we're watching it. If you get a chance to watch it, so you can, when you actually listen to the podcast, you actually can actually watch it properly and listen to the podcast properly and hear the spoilers instead of surprising with an episode which you haven't seen yet. Because I think it's good to give you some notice that, hey, we're gonna be watching this. Enjoy it with us remotely, so then you can actually really enjoy the podcast because we're always mainly going to be doing spoilers anyway. So yeah, we'll give you a heads up. I'll give you a heads up. Well, anyway, need to go. Speak soon. Peace. So see, normally we do this. I can't do it today.
Oh, no.
I can't.
You gotta leave.
I gotta leave. I can't. Like we can't have this back and forth again.
Yeah, but people like it.
No,
if they stay.
Yeah, but they said they like it, but they never hear. They never really hear what we say afterwards.
That's true. They probably turn it off.
Yeah,
suckers.
Exactly. They don't know. Like, actually, I forgot I had a premonition. The lottery numbers for this week. It's going to be 4.
Yep.
14.
I'm writing it.
27.
Got it.
Oh, the magic number is also going to be